All right, everyone, we are live. We are live on Instagram. Welcome. It's good to be back with you. And we are live on YouTube. So it is great. Now we are live on Facebook. Welcome, everyone. We are here for a very special event. Today, it is Groundhog Day. And Groundhog Day, is a very significant day. Groundhog Day is the day where apparently the little gopher groundhog comes out of the ground, and if it sees its shadow, then we're not going to have an early spring. But if it does see its shadow, then we are going to have an early spring. So apparently we are going to have an early spring. So yay! Congratulations, Groundhog Day means early spring. Now, they say that you can't be in two places at the same time, but we're in 5 places at the same time right now. We are on Instagram, so I want to welcome you. It's so great to be back with you. Celine is here with me as well on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Peggy McColl fans page. We're on the Manifestation Family private group page, and we are also on the Savvy Wisdom page. Okay, that's great. Thank you. I just got an email saying that my computer wants to update. We're also on YouTube, so I want to welcome all of you to today's call. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to talk about the significance of Groundhog Day and how you can get out of habits that continue to produce results that you don't desire. So that's what we're going to focus on here while we're here together for this next 30 minutes or so. Yes, I will take questions. I know we've got a number of folks that are on all 3 platforms, but in all of the places where we're running live right now. And I'm definitely going to take questions. But what I want to do first is talk about the concept of Groundhog Day from the understanding of how people continue to create the same undesirable results that they are experiencing in their life, and how to stop the craziness, stop the insanity. Hi, Ria. Oh, you were just listening to the podcast. That's awesome. That's wonderful. Okay, so let's get into it. Groundhog Day was a day designated originally for the understanding of determining if we're going to have an early spring or not an early spring. And interestingly enough, my husband this morning was saying to me, he said, I wonder how many of the predictions actually came true. And I mean, it's just like what they call an old wives' tale. Oh, thank you. Someone just typed in that Savvy Wisdom is a great book. And it is a great book. So thank you to all the readers. Savvy Wisdom is still available for sure. But today we're talking about Groundhog, not groundhogs, but Groundhog Day, and how people tend to, maybe you're involved in this as well, how people tend to do the same things over and over again, but yet in their heart or somewhere in their consciousness, they really desire to be experiencing different results from what they're experiencing. That desire, first of all, the desire within you to experience better and better results is a very natural desire. It's very natural. I want you to know that when that comes up, the desire comes up within you, that you want more, you want to experience something different, something better. Do not try and squash it or put a lid on it and just say, oh, that's just wishful thinking. Because that desire actually comes from a place within you. They call desire a word that comes from, it's a Latin word that means of the Father. It's like the spirit within you is wanting to express itself in greater and more wonderful ways because it's your birthright. It's your birthright to have whatever it is that you desire, to do whatever it is you want to do, to experience whatever it is that you want to do, to accomplish anything that you want to do. It's your birthright, just as much as it's the next guy. It's my neighbor's birthright. It's everyone's birthright who's on this call, and everyone who is not on this call or listening to this, it is their birthright as well. The reason why people squash desires is because they've been told or programmed, if you will, they've been programmed from a very young age to stop daydreaming or stop wishing for things that you can't have. And the only reason why children or young people were told that, to stop that, is because of other people's beliefs. So we live in a world where it's primarily negative. Now, I'm not saying that as a just a fleeting comment. It's the truth. And the reason why I know it's the truth is because such a tiny fraction of the world population actually produce great results. There's a tiny fraction of the population that are earning the kind of money that they really want to be earning. But I'm going to tell you this, and I want you to lean in and listen in. If you really would love to have different results, if you really have a desire to experience more in your life, it's absolutely possible. And the truth also is that you do not have to know how you're going to accomplish what it is that you desire. However, there are responsibilities if you really do want to change your results. And this is going to take time. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take commitment. It's going to take persistence and a dogged determination and a willingness to do whatever it takes to produce the results that you want, as long as, this is my statement, as long as it's legal, ethical, and moral. And that really just demonstrates the kind of high values that you have. So if you're someone with high values, and I suspect that you are, and you really do want to be experiencing something more in your life, please know that it's possible. And please know you do not have to know how. Now, allow me to give you some guidance on what is required in order for you to produce different results so that your life is not like a Groundhog Day, same old kind of scenario. And if that's what you would love, just give me a high five or a yes, ma'am, or an amen, or you got it. And that's what I would love. Because unless you have the interest in investing in yourself to know this, to understand this, nothing is going to change. Because until you change, your results aren't going to change. Now, that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It's not that there's something wrong with you. It's the programming that you currently have. Because your current programming has been embedded into your subconscious mind, which is significantly more powerful than your conscious mind. It's your programming. You're programmed a certain way. It's like you may have heard or even uttered these words before. Why is he or she like that? Why are they always like that? Have you ever said that? Have you ever said those words? Why is she like that? Or why is he like that? Or why are they like that? Well, the reason why they or he or she are like that is because they're programmed that way. So if you and I met and we got to know each other and we became friends, you would very likely say, Peggy is a very positive person. And you would say, she's happy, consistently producing. You know, I have my friends that I hang out with, there's like, I'll tell them, oh, I just manifested this. And their response would be something like, well, of course you did. You're Peggy McColl. I'm not saying that to brag because I was not like that before. I was miserable, a miserable person. I wouldn't have been wanted to be around me. But there's an expression in English that goes like this: misery loves company. So what does that mean? Usually people that are miserable are hanging out with other miserable people. Why? Because they're like each other. And because they can justify each other. And because they can support each other and go, yeah, I understand why you're mad at the government, or I get why you're frustrated with not getting the results. They just feed into that energy. And that energy is destructive. And if you want your results to change, you have to change. It's like the handkerchief that I wrote about in Savvy Wisdom that Savvy handed to Sophie in the beginning of the book, in the end of chapter 1. Savvy handed Sophie this handkerchief that had an embroidery on it that said, if you want your life to change, you must change. And that, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words that can change your life. And you know something? These 10 words changed mine. They changed my life. Savvy Wisdom, what's in Savvy Wisdom is based on my life. I'm Sophie in the book. Savvy is Bob Proctor. And the only reason why my life changed is because I studied Bob Proctor extensively, because he had studied success extensively. And then I put into action, there's a key right there, I implemented the ideas and the understandings into my life to make the positive change. But it took time. And that's the thing. When you're working toward creating different results in your life, you must understand the law of gestation. And the law of gestation decrees that there will be a period of time that will elapse before all things will manifest into form. But they will manifest into form if and when you stay emotionally connected to your outcomes as if they're already here right now. Now, I hope you wrote that down, and I hope you're taking notes as you're listening to this, because in order for you to experience the positive results, they will happen for you when you are emotionally connected to the outcomes as if they're in your life now. That, my friends, is the secret to everything. Everything. Simple, absolutely. Absolutely simple. However, not easy. And the reason why it's not easy is because of this conditioning. And this conditioning is so strong, so firm within you, that it takes a lot to change it. A lot to change your own in conditioning, your inner thinking, the way that you're thinking, the way that you're feeling, the words that you're speaking. You're programmed that way. And even though you're not a robot and you have intellect and you definitely, there we go. You have the ability to think what you want. You see, even in the thinking process, most people are accustomed to thinking a certain way. Therefore, they're not breaking the patterns of their thoughts. So what do? Well, you want to become the most disciplined person that there is. This is how my life changed. Absolutely how my life changed. I became a serious student. I would invest in myself continuously in many, many different programs. I studied, and I applied. So what I've observed from being in the personal development industry, I've had my business now for 26 years. I've been studying for 42. What I have discovered is that those that really get the results are those that seek for the understanding by being a great student, by being in the programs, by doing what you're doing right here, watching the videos, watching the lessons or listening to the lessons, reading up the great books, studying with mentors, and applying what they're learning. Applying what they're learning. That is where the change really occurs. You also should understand that when you decide to apply success principles into your life, when you apply success principles into your life, it's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel unnatural until you get into the habit of implementing success principles into your life. And by the way, Savvy Wisdom is a book that we just recently released. Savvy Wisdom, and now out there in the world in a much, much bigger way. I took all of the content from this parable, from this phenomenal book, and I created a course. And the course is called Savvy's Proven Success Principles. As I'm sharing with you how you change your life and how my life changed, which is what Savvy Wisdom is based on, you too can take the course. It's all online, all available, immediately accessible when you go to the link that is Savvy Wisdom, which is SAVY, wisdom.com/SP, as in savvy, SPSP. So it's savvywisdom.com/SPSP. That's the Savvy's Proven Success Principles. You can also find it on the front page of PeggyMcColl.com. Now, I designed that course because I know and knew that people are going to want to understand, how do I implement the wisdom that Sophie was given by Savvy? And so the course was designed, it's created, and it's available for you right now. You can join it. And this is really how you stop having your Groundhog Day after Groundhog Day. Now, there's a movie with Bill Murray that is available out in the world. It's called Groundhog Day. And it is a fun movie. It's a comedy, love story, I suppose, as well. And essentially what happens is Bill Murray is waking up every day and the same song is playing on the radio, which happens to be a Sonny and Cher song. Excuse me. And he wakes up and realizes it's the same day. It's the same day every day. And it's kind of a fun movie. But this is the way people are living their life. They're living their life as if it's the same thing, same day, every day. And I know since COVID started, I haven't traveled anywhere in almost a year, which is completely unusual for me. I don't think I've ever had a year in my adult life where I haven't been traveling. I've always had, jobs or careers, or in my business, I've always traveled, but it is what it is. And it may feel like it's Groundhog Day every day for everyone, but you're here and you chose to watch this call or to be here, to listen to this. And I suspect there's something about the topic of stopping the insanity of creating the same results and the undesirable results over and over again that you want to stop. And I want you to know that it's possible for you, but you have to do the work. I can't do it for you. I can give you the guidance. I can offer the steps and give you strategies and offer you the things that have absolutely completely changed my life, but it's up to you. There's a wonderful little 12-word, two character sentence that goes like this: if it is to be, it is up to me. You may want to write that down. If it is to be, it is up to me. And so what you do is you seek to understand, what do I need to do in order to change my life, which you can get in Savvy's Proven Success Principles. You can also get it just by reading Savvy Wisdom, and then you make a decision. It's like when somebody decides they're going to get in shape, get in great physical shape. They're going to work out, or they're going to lose weight, or whatever, have a transformation. I was chatting with someone recently who was telling me that he had a complete transformation. And I said, so what prompted that? Like, what prompted your desire to change your physical body? And he said he got divorced. And that sometimes, will initiate that. But either, whatever the reason is, you don't have to have a reason. Well, actually, usually you do have a reason for making the change. But in order for my friend to change his physical body, he made a decision, and then he found out what he needed to do, and then he got on with the work. And that's what you want to do. Make a decision, like, no more. No more playing small. No more undesirable results in your life. Get to that point of dissatisfaction, because when you're dissatisfied, you are in a great state. What I mean by that is you're going to be more inspired to move into action. I know in my life, I've reached so many points where I was dissatisfied, and it may not have felt good, but that's when I made the decisions. Enough is enough. I'm going to turn my life around. I was tired of being miserable. I was tired of crying myself to sleep at night. I was tired of being angry. I was tired of not producing the results that I wanted. I was tired of being alone or feeling like I was alone. And so I made some decisions to change my life. And now it feels like magic. But I do know this, and there's a quote in Savvy Wisdom that is a very valuable quote. And the quote goes like this: with magic, when you know how it works. Actually, no, let me start again. Magic is the opposite of life. Magic is the opposite of life. With magic, when you know how it works, the magic disappears. Think about it. If you had a magician friend, I have a magician friend, he actually called me today, and he did a trick, and then you asked them, well, how'd you do that? And he showed you, well, there's no more magic, right? But if you don't know how, it appears to be magic. However, with life, when you know how it works, this is when the magic begins. The magic begins. Bob Proctor opened my eyes to what was possible for me. Bob Proctor helped me understand there was so much potential within me that was untapped, completely untapped. It's still untapped to a degree. There's so much more. There's so much that's possible. And life truly can get significantly better, or even a little better, every single day in every way, when you choose. When you choose to do that for yourself. I would recommend that you choose it, and you choose it today. Make a decision right now. You're going to make your life better and better and better. And you're willing to do the work. And the work is fun and it's easy and it's anyone can do. And you can get into the habits of success by disciplining yourself enough to be engaged in these habits every single day. Not once in a while, not for 10 minutes a day, not for 5 minutes or hop on a call for 30 minutes or listen to a podcast or whatever, watch a program. Every single day. Every single day you're contributing to your magical life, to your success. You make that commitment and you get started right now. Right now. And you're going to see that the results will get better and better and better. But it will take time. And you must be patient. You must be incredibly patient. And you have to have faith. And faith is simply an emotional muscle that you build, and you build it over time. It's something that if you don't believe it's possible, you won't see it. It's like that saying, when you believe it, you will see it. Simple saying, right? When you believe it, you will see it. And again, this is a simple understanding, but not so easy because of the programming. You're programmed. So many people are programmed for living in lack. Many people are programmed for misery. Many people are programmed for unsettling relationships in their life. But again, it doesn't have to be that way. You can program yourself for consistent success so that you're just an automatic money earning machine. That's what my ex-husband used to call me, a money earning machine. I remember when my husband Denny and I started dating. And we're standing in my kitchen and he said to me, so what do you do for a living? And I was telling him that I'm an entrepreneur. I run my own business. And Denny was in the military. And he was in the military for almost 30 years before he retired. He was a pilot. And so he's asking me, well, what happens when you're not earning money? I said, I'm always earning money because that was my belief. That's what I believed. I had the faith. I have the faith within me. I will always be earning money. And then he said, well, what happens if you get hit by a car? I said, I'm not going to get hit by a car. Well, you don't know that. What happens if you get sick? I said, I don't get sick. Well, you don't know that, right? I don't get sick. I haven't been hit by a car. Not going to either. Not even going to give that any energy. And I know I'm a money earning machine. You have to know that about yourself. But if that's something you don't know now, you can build the faith. How do you build the faith? By affirming it every single day, because this is true as well. When you hear something over and over and over again, you will start to believe it. This is how you became programmed. You were told things over and over again, or you saw things, you took it in with your senses until it became so firmly impacted into your subconscious mind that you believed it. So when I was a child, I wasn't raised in a positive environment. I wasn't raised with, oh, way to go, Peggy. You can do anything you set your mind to. None of that. As a matter of fact, it was the opposite. So even if I felt that natural desire well up inside of me to say, hey, you can go and do this, you can do anything you want, I would be told, who do you think you are? Stop dreaming. I mean, screaming at me, right? So what happens when you're screamed at? You're going to stop dreaming because you're scared. You're never going to go branch out, take a risk. What is that? That's nonsense. That's not for logical thinking people. But in fact, success quite often defies logic. It defies logic. So I had to build new paradigms within me through space-time repetition. This is how you reprogram yourself, through space-time repetition. Every single day you're working on yourself, you're working on your thinking, only allowing things to go into your mind that support you. I have a Power Life script. I talk about it in Savvy Wisdom as well. A Power Life script is a detailed description of my life as I choose for it to be. It is the most powerful technique I have ever used, bar none, bar none. Everyone on this planet should have a Power Life script if they desire to change their results. Everyone. And it's peanuts. We have a program, a detailed program that we walk you through on how to effectively write your Power Life script. Because think about this, what you're putting in your mind through space-time repetition is going to reprogram you. You want to do this properly. And if you're not sure what to write, well, I've created all kinds of scripts and samples, and I share that inside powerlifescript.com. If you don't have a Power Life script now, absolutely everyone that's watching this or listening to this, go and get one now. Powerlifescript.com. Powerlifescript.com is absolutely where everyone should be, and everyone should have one. And when you do, as I'm suggesting, and you do this consistently, you're going to change your results. And no longer will it feel like Groundhog Day. Or it may feel like a much better version of Groundhog Day, a much more enjoyable, abundant, rich Groundhog Day. And frankly, isn't that what you want? Absolutely, it's what you want. And so every one of you, it's simple. You can do the work. I can guide you. I've been at this a long time. I absolutely know what it takes to succeed, but you've got to do your part. I'm going to take you by the hand and show you the way, but you must do your part. And your part is to establish these disciplines for yourself so that you're going to be experiencing the positive change and the positive results. All right. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. You're very welcome. Love you guys too. I'm so grateful to be here with you. Now, I understand we have a couple questions that came in. So I'm going to address those questions right now. So there's there's 4 questions. Okay, there's 3 questions. Perfect. Okay, so Karina and Dana and KC, I'm going to answer your questions right now. Okay, Karina's question is, I have many goals. I would like to know if it is needed for the universe to manifest to work with one goal at a time, or is there a different discipline needed? Okay, I have many goals as well. So in my book, The Demand Principle, here we are, I talk about goals a little differently in this book. I talk about making them demands, because the word demand is a peremptory, wait a minute, let me get the exact definition again. It is an insistent, there we go, it just came to my mind. It's an insistent and peremptory request made as if by right. So what does that mean? It's like my little doggies come to the door of my office every once in a while, and little Jojo will scratch on the door. Why? Because he's demanding a treat. I shouldn't say the word too loudly or he's going to come to the door again. He's demanding a treat. He's like, give me a treat, mommy. Sometimes my husband will snap a photo of Jojo at the door saying, I miss mommy. What does he want? He wants a treat. He's demanding it. Why? Because he expects it. It's what he wants and he expects it. So to answer your question, have as many goals as you want. So I create what I call a demand book, or call it a goal book. It doesn't really matter. And I have my goals in here. I call them my demands. So I demand perfect health for me, my husband, my son, Michelle, my grandson, James, Kayla and the baby, always and always. I demand, my income to be. There's multiple goals here. You can have as many goals as you want. So there's no limit to what goals you can have. I have goals in my journal. It's not filled with goals, but I have a couple pages of goals in there. Have as many as you want. However, on my goal card, I focus on one. And in my goal journal, I have another journal here where I write out my goal statement every single day, multiple times every single day. And it's my top goal that I work on there. And it's my top goal that's written on my goal card. Okay. I would suggest that when you are setting your goals, that you ensure that your goals are in alignment with each other. So when I think about what I have written in my goal book, there's nothing that conflicts with my top goal. They're all in harmony with each other. As a matter of fact, when this goal manifests, pretty much all of these will manifest as well. Okay, so they're in harmony. The second question that Karina asks is, I'm working on my paradigm about numbers and administration skills. Setting a goal with X amount of dollars does not feel like a high vibration. My goal is wealth, health, and love. That's not a goal. Do I need to have, oh my goodness, sorry about that. There we go. Do I need to have a goal to fix an amount of dollars? What other options? No, it does not have to be amount of dollars. Now, let me talk about the dollars part, and let me talk about the other part of your question. Quite often people have goals that are dollars because of what it will bring. It's not that people want the money. What people want is what the money brings to their life. That's why people set dollar goals, what it means to their life. And usually it's freedom. So what you get emotionally, whoopsie, my phone just dropped. What you get emotionally attached to is the experience of having the goal in your life. So, and you get to decide how you're going to feel about any goal. Nobody decides that for you. So if you find that you're not inspired by a financial goal, then set another goal. Maybe your goal, and I've had different goals. I remember my goal card one time, I was focused on purchasing a beautiful home that I was going to own outright. That was on my goal card. And that caused me to feel good. I was really excited about that. I've had goals on my goal card when I decided to attract my husband into my life. That was on my goal card. So it's not a money goal, not a financial goal. So, and just, you can play with the numbers. Do I need to fix a goal, or do I need to have a goal to fix an amount of dollars? I do suggest that as part of your goals, you do have a financial goal. And it could be a net worth goal. It could be an earnings goal. It could be an amount of money you'd like to have in your bank goal. It could be any type of financial goal. And when you create a Power Life script, I would suggest that you include finances as part of that. Thank you. Okay. Oh, you're so welcome, Michelle. I'm human. Yeah, phone fell down. Okay. Dana has a question, then I'm going to go to Casey's question. So Dana is saying, I am wondering what the secret is to come off anti-anxiety medication with ease. I experienced postpartum depression after my daughter was born, and I've been on medication for 2 years and 3 months. I've been cutting myself back for over 6 months now, and it seems that as I go more than 2 days without experiencing withdrawals, what do I tell myself? I'm so happy and grateful now that I feel fabulous, and it's easy getting off the anxiety medication. I feel that's negative. That's the only thing I can think of. Do you have a better affirmation and belief? Thank you so much for your help. I truly appreciate you. All right, great. Okay, so thank you for asking, Dana, and I love that you're even asking that question. So I think it says a lot about you. I'm not a medical expert, so I'm going to just say that right out of the gate, and I don't give medical advice. So definitely, I suspect that you're talking to your doctor about weaning yourself away from it. And but as far as affirmations are concerned, I would say, I'm so happy and grateful now that I feel fabulous. And I naturally feel fabulous every single day. I would not even mention medication. Not even mention medication. Don't give that any energy. So I would say something like, I'm so happy and grateful now that I feel fabulous naturally every single day. Say something like that. I have an affirmation similar to that in my Power Life script. Thank you, Dana, for asking. Okay. Casey says, how do you determine what people want when creating a program or service? Great question. How do you decide which one to create first? Two great questions. And the next question is, do you sell the handkerchiefs? Okay. So let me answer all three questions. How do you determine what people want when creating a program or service? That's quite often common sense. And it may come from something that you want. So when I think about what I've created in Skipping Levels as an example, Skipping Levels is a program for those that really, truly want to experience a quantum leap. And I think about where I was many years ago when I thought, I'm frustrated and all this, what's been happening. I really want to take my life to a whole new level. And as a result of that, I made a decision to go for a quantum leap. And so essentially what I'm teaching all the clients inside Skipping Levels is what I personally did. So when you're creating programs or content or writing books, it's usually based on what you may have had a desire for, or it could be what you believe other people have had a desire or want for. Okay? So that's how it's created. How do you decide which one to create first? Oh, that's easy. It's the one you're most passionate about, the one that moves you emotionally. That's the one that you create first. And do I sell the handkerchiefs? No, I don't. But I bought it off Etsy, ETSY. They're about $30 US, and by the time you ship them here, they're not cheap. I think the end of the day, they cost me around $40 US, $50 each for these Canadian, for these things. And I'm using them for special promotions for media and things like that. So that's what I'm using them for. All right, so I don't sell them, no. Yay, Michelle's in Quantum Leap, or Skipping Levels, and she's ready for her Quantum Leap. I love that. Oh, she's already in, Celine. Michelle's already in Quantum Leap, or Skipping Levels. Okay, Chris, we have one more question and we'll call it a wrap for today. Chris says, how to shift mind to keep a job. I'm 39 years old, always quitting a job because I get anxious and unhappy about working for someone. I'm laughing, Chris, because I totally get that. I left my job many, many years ago and started my own business. And, sometimes, people don't really love working for other people. They love to do their own thing. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. Maybe there's something within you, Chris, that's really calling you to become an entrepreneur and do your own thing. That might be something you want to think about as far as that's concerned. And take a look at what you could do, because there's a reason. Like, I totally understand that. I had many jobs too. Either I get bored or maybe had a manager. I'm talking about when I was in the workforce and working for other companies. And one of the things that I never really enjoyed was people telling me what to do. I don't think anyone really enjoys that. But the truth is, even as an entrepreneur, what I love about being an entrepreneur is the freedom that it offers you to do what you want, when you want. However, I don't think I've ever worked harder. But it's fun. Like, I get up every morning excited to go to work every day. I love, love, love what I do. Plus, there's total freedom for you to do what you want, when you want, but to earn what you want as well. There's no limit on it either. And usually, not always, but when you're working for someone else or working in a corporation, your income is capped. It doesn't mean you can't earn money, maybe in real estate investment, or you could be earning money in the stock market, or you could be earning money in other ways. You could certainly do that. Maybe you do have a job or a career that you really love. Entrepreneurship's not for everyone either. I think, to be an entrepreneur, there's certain things that are required, like risk. It's a risk. Like, when I cut the cord of the corporate world, I remember my parents saying to me, like, what are you, nuts? I mean, they weren't obviously supportive of it back then. I mean, my father had worked for a corporation his whole life. My mother had worked for someone else her whole life. And for them, it was a crazy thing to do, to just, cut the cord of an automatic payroll deposit. Like, are you crazy? There's risk involved in this. Like, yeah, but I want to go do what I want to do. I want to work in a field that I'm in love with, that I feel passion for, and I want to wake up every day just so excited to go to work and not be cursing and swearing in my car all the way to work when I used to. However, it does not have to be that way either. You could still keep a job, maintain a job, and do it in the spirit of love, and only focus on what's great about it, and choose to look at the great things, the wonderful things about having a job are concerned. Like, you get to be paid, and not everybody has jobs. I mean, there's always, always, always something to be grateful for, even if you do have a job. But I suspect, Chris, my intuition is telling me that you may be more of an entrepreneur. I remember years ago, Chris's question reminded me of this, and I'll finish up with this today. Hi, Amy. Good to see you here. And I remember my son's name is Michel. He's French, Michel Poulin. He's a French Canadian. I remember Michel when he was in high school. It was probably when he was around 17, and he got a job. And he was working at Rona. And Rona is like a hardware, lumber kind of store, like Home Depot type of thing. And so Michelle got a job at Rona. And I remember one evening I needed something, so I drove over to the store, and I thought, I'll go and pick it up and I'll see my son at the same time. So I go into the store, and I found my son, working one of the aisles. And he said, Mom, I'm going to resign tonight. And I said, what? Like, I was really surprised. And he said, yeah, I've decided to resign. I said, okay, how come? And he goes, well, because of what you taught me. And I said, what do you mean? He said, if you don't like what you're doing, go and do something else. Like, you're the creator of your own life. And it's like, oh my goodness, that's what I write about. That's what I speak about. And he's simply following his mom's instructions. I said, so what are you going to do? He goes, I don't know yet. It's like, okay. So off he went, and he started his own business. And he's been very successful since. I'm so proud of him, proud of who he is, and proud that he really listened to his heart, to not do work that he didn't want to do, that he decided to go off and do something that was a little more enjoyable for him and a little more meaningful for him. Okay, great. So we're getting another question that's coming in here. This is fun. So I see Celine is typing it here. Thank you so much, Celine, for being here. I really appreciate you joining us, or not joining us, for being here. Okay, Liliana, is on the call. Okay, this is a brilliant question for Liliana. Liliana is asking the question, how do you manifest an amount of money to attend skipping levels? Okay, so let me just explain to everyone that's watching, what is skipping levels? Skipping levels is for anyone that has made a decision, enough is enough, you're absolutely committed to take your life to the next level. So you start by making that decision. Simple, right? Okay, so how do you manifest the funds? You don't manifest the funds until you've made the decision. I wrote about that in Savvy Wisdom. You must make the decision first. We've actually got a couple new members that have joined Skipping Levels. They decided they were going to join, and then they manifested the funds to join. How you're going to do it, you don't have to know how. Just see yourself already in Skipping Levels. Believe that you have the funds to be in Skipping Levels, and you will attract it into your life. You're going to get an idea, you're going to get an inspiration, something's going to occur for you, and you'll absolutely, but you must make the decision first. Once you made the decision, then you're going to attract the money into your life. Okay, Joanna, I'm going to finish up with Joanna's question. This is a beautiful question. Thank you, Joanna, for asking. Yes, Amy, you're right. Celine is the bomb. Thank you for saying that. Okay. Oh, wait, we got 2 questions that just popped in. What the heck? Let's just keep going here, guys. Are you guys okay for keeping going? We're just keep going a little bit longer. Right on. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so the next question is, hang on here a second. Okay, good. All right, we got good attendance today. So I'm going to keep going. Oh, good. I see Mia has a question too. Okay, so I got Joanna, Carol, Benjamin, Mia. Woohoo! Lots of questions coming in. Okay, I'm going to get to all of them. Joanna says, how do you believe? This is such a good question. Everybody listen up to this one. This is a really good one. How do you believe in your power life script when it's the total opposite of what your current reality is? How do you believe? You believe by listening to it every day and being open to it. You cannot be listening to your power life script going, oh, that's crap. Oh, that's bull. Oh, no, there's no way. You've got to accept it. Okay, so here's what you do. You write out your power life script. Joanna, you must be in the power life script program already. Yes? All right, I think you are. So you write out your script, you record it, and you start listening to it, but you accept it. Accept it. How? With your imagination. Everyone has imagination. Doesn't matter who you are. You all have imagination. Start using it for your benefit. All right. So as you're listening, you're open, receptive, going, oh, I like that. Get emotionally involved in it. Okay. Get emotionally involved in what you're hearing. So when you record your Power Life script, if you're recording it the way I suggest inside powerlifescript.com, you're going to record it with only positive words, intently. So you're going to say things like, I am so happy and grateful that I wake up every day so exhilarated and so grateful to do work that's deeply meaningful to me as I'm making a positive contribution to the lives of millions. You're imagining that. But the way that you've written it is going to be emotionally charged. You're going to charge it with emotion so that you're feeling it. Like you want to get to the point that you're listening to your Power Life script. You can't help but feel good as you're listening to it. You can't help it. You're going to feel good as you're listening to it when you're doing it effectively. And when you do that over and over, I listen to my Power Life script. I'm pointing over there because my earbuds are being recharged right now. I listen to mine multiple times every day. Every day. That's how you do it, Joanna. Are you with me? Yeah. All right. Carlin wrote, believe you are worthy of your best life. Absolutely. William James said, believe, and your belief will create the fact. But you got to believe through the space-time repetition. This doesn't happen boom, bing, bang, like, okay, I got it now, we're done. You got to do the work every day. That's why I was talking about earlier, the disciplines and how important those disciplines are. Next question is from Carol. She says, do you think pairing the Power Life script with a mind movie video, a video vision board, and watching, listening several times a day would make the goals more powerful? Yeah, we have something called manifestation movies. Manifestation movies. And manifestation movies, hey, you know what, Celine? We should put them inside the Skipping Levels program for people. So I use a manifestation movie, and it's very similar to a Power Life script, only it's visual. So what I did, just to give you an idea, is now we have these available as well. We've created a bunch of them. So what I did was I created a PowerPoint presentation and I put in visuals. I put in affirmations as well, made up like 900 slides. Mine is 900 slides. And then I layered it with some binaural beat music because it activates the left side of your brain, the right side of your brain. And I watch it, but I sped it up. So I did this all on my computer. I did it with something called iMovie because I'm a Mac user, a Apple product user. And so inside my movie, I sped up my video to be 4 minutes and 44 seconds. And right now it's 4:44 here on the East Coast. Make a wish, my friends. Anyways, I love 4:44. So I sped mine up to be 4 minutes, 44 seconds, and it's visuals and the binaural beat music with affirmations all into it's like a power life script movie kind of thing. Only I call it a manifestation movie. So yes, Carol. All right. Explain the law of perpetual transmutation in detail. Not happening. It's too long. You know what? We'll do, Benjamin, we'll do another call or one of these live events just on that. So Celine, can you make a note, please, that we're going to do a live call on the law of perpetual transmutation. Great topic. Thank you for suggesting it. Okay, Mia, can you manifest multiple things at once? Yes, you absolutely can manifest multiple things at once. Yes. Elaine, so explain, how do you start a business no money is how people ask me. We started with an idea. Like I started my business no money. I started with an idea. I came up with a concept. And then I started spreading the word and promoting it and started to generate money. And then I put it back in the business and do more promotion, then start to generate more money. Absolutely, you can start a business with no money. There's so much that you can do nowadays without money. You can create a YouTube channel free. You could get a web page up with Wix for free. Like there's so much that you can do for free online. You could do a YouTube channel. You could become a YouTube sensation. One of my neighbors is a YouTube sensation. He's a kid. He's like 24 years young. And he's just earning millions of dollars by ads that people are posting on his YouTube channel because he's so popular. So yeah, you can start a business. There's many different ways. I remember years ago doing a program. I ran this program for a number of years called Making a Million Look Small. So Making a Million Look Small is all around people that have had an idea, moved into action, kids, in fact. I remember doing an hour presentation on children that had earned millions just from an idea. So absolutely. Okay, Mia's asking a question, and then we're gonna call it a wrap. Okay, this is really truly the final question of today that I'm gonna answer. Mia's asking the question, is it okay to tell people what your goals are? Actually, it scrolled off my screen, but that was the idea. Yeah, what you are manifesting. Is it okay to tell people what you are manifesting? Sure, it's okay, but here's what I suggest with that, just as a word of caution, if you will. You have to be strong within yourself that even if somebody says something to you, you don't accept it. For example, Elaine's question was, when people ask you how to start a business when you have no money. You see, when I decided to start a business, many people started to tell me why businesses fail within a short period of time. I'm not listening to it. Don't accept it. It's like that idea, just duck and let it go by. Just duck and let the negativity go by. Don't accept it. So I typically don't tell people what my goals are because I'm not interested in their energy. I'm not interested in their thoughts. My husband knows what my goals are. And my very, very, very close friends know what my goals are. But, you know, a lot of people don't know what they are. I don't tell people what they are. I'm not going to tell you what they are either. But you can if you want. It's totally up to you. Amy says you should read the demand principle. Definitely. Everybody should read the demand principle and savvy wisdom. Oops, let's turn it around this way. All right, my friends, it is such a pleasure to be back with you. We're going to do this again next week. We'll talk about the law of perpetual transmutation. How about that? We'll do that definitely next week. I'm not sure what day, what time. Watch, we'll post it. We'll let you know when we're going to be back. I love serving you guys. This is so much fun. This is my favorite thing to do. I love this, love this, love this. So we're going to do this again. Thank you for being with us. Make sure that you follow through as well. It's not enough to just watch the things. Follow through. join us on Skipping Levels. We'd love to have you there as well. So thank you so much. Thank you, Celine, for being here. I really appreciate you. Appreciate all of you for joining us. And I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Okay, bye-bye for now.